Take three. We got airplanes flying over. We got noise. We got turkeys. We have chaos. Hey, I'm often asked the question, or I see the comment to the effect of, oh, I wish I'd known about that course. I would have gone. Or, oh, is there a course I could go to where I could learn that? Things I talk about mostly on Patreon. And, where can I learn to do this thing? And it is true that good courses for civilians are hard to come by. You don't have, as a civilian, access to the JFK Special Warfare Center in school. You don't have access to FLETC, Federal Law Enforcement Training Center, where there are really good classes given. But every now and then you do. And I have an opportunity for you. But first, we digress a little bit. I was a volunteer firefighter for 10 years. In that time, I went to many more car wrecks than I did house fires. Typically, we were the first responders on the scene of a car wreck. Unfortunately, in many of those car wrecks, people died. In many of those cases, people died that didn't have to. There are always other people, civilians, standing around the scene of a car wreck because they're there first. Traffic is flowing, there's a wreck, there's traffic, people are there, they get out. They don't know what to do. They just stand around while somebody bleeds out. And by the time we get there, it's way too late. And so I decided then, if I were in charge of education, every high school senior for PE, physical education, would take a fairly advanced first aid class for like half the year. That would, sure, it'll deal with boo-boos and splinters and yada yada, but it would go all the way up to how to deal with massive hemorrhage, massive bleeding, and that kind of thing, because lives would be saved. How many of you all, when confronted with somebody in your crew stumbling around the corner and they've just cut their thigh with a chainsaw and it is spurting blood, would be able to save that person's life? Unfortunately, not many, if you're honest. Not many of you would be able to deal with that. How many of you could come across the scene of a car wreck where somebody is like bzz, 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 and deal with that and keep that person alive? Or maybe you're in the car. Maybe it's you. Could you deal with a gunshot wound? Do you know how to properly do that? Are you equipped to do that? These are things we don't like to think about because they're gross, they're icky, and it feels kind of futile, like I would be ineffective. These are the kind of things, unfortunately, that we're going to see in increasing numbers as this world continues to devolve and collapse. When there is no access to 911, that's 999 in America for the Brits. When there's no access to emergency services, when you can't get to the hospital, it's going to be on you to take care of you and yours. And most people are very inadequate in that. But there is an opportunity for you to get very, very good at that. And I am talking about, of course, emergency responder 1, 2, and 3. And they now have a Train the Trainer course. It is brought to us by Refuge Medical. I have taken the training multiple times. Why? Because I'm a student, and you pick up different things with other iterations. And so coming up, I'm going to tell you about this, and I think you should do it. I think you should avail yourself of the opportunity. They don't come around forever, and you may need this training the day after you get it. Essential Responder, Train the Trainer. I'll get more into that in a minute. May 18th and 19th. It's right around the corner. About a month. Less than a month from now. May 18th and 19th in Spiro, Oklahoma. I wish it would come here. Get in your car and drive. It is reachable from anywhere in the continental United States. Get in your car and drive, you lazy I wish it would come here. If you really want the training, you'll go get it. There, that was a little bit of the rough Joe coming out. I just get tired of that excuse. Oh, I wish I'd known about it sooner. I have to wash my hair that day. If you want to get the training, you'll get the training. Quit making excuses and start getting better. Spiro, Oklahoma, May 18th and 19th. All right, so this is a 2-day, and I've done it. My wife's done it. Intensive training course. Now, I will admit, when I looked at this the first time, and I saw videos of courses they had done, former Green Beret, was a little bit intimidated by going to this course, and I got a little bit of, I don't know if I can do it, a little bit of weakness seeping into my body. And my wife and I both did it. We were 60 at the time. I had bad knees at the time, and we did fine. It is the best civilian training I've ever had. Gang, I've had a lot of military and civilian training. It's the best civilian training I've ever had, and it is on par with the best military training I ever had. And I've had excellent military training. It is a great course. Let me tell you about it a little bit. It's 2 days long. Gang, show up ready to learn. It's 10-hour days. They're long days. Stay hydrated during the day. They make sure you do. The first day is going over, they call it the Marchi algorithm. It's basically the new version of the ABCs: airway, breathing, circulation, massive breathing, airway, They'll teach it to you. It's how to assess a patient when you get there and deal with the most important things first. There's a car wreck. There's 4 bodies. They're in different states of damage. What do you do? They work you through that. It gets into very quickly into trauma wounds. You know, we're talking the use of tourniquets, of emergency trauma dressings, you know, the stuff with quick clot type stuff in it, chest seals, abdominal wounds, wound packing. They get into all that stuff, and you do hands-on. This isn't just a you do hands-on training with multiple repetitions. You will own these skills when you're done. It goes into then continuing that with adding a couple scenarios, and they get into AEDs. That's the defibrillator that you see hanging on the wall. I don't remember what it stands for. AEDs. You know, somebody's having a heart attack. Shocks. Clear. It goes into the CPR bag, CPR, and more scenarios. They transition into how to barricade yourself in a mass shooting incident. You know, you're there, the bodies, gunfire, stuff like that. How do you protect? How do you deal with care under fire? You know, what do you do first? What do you do second? What do we have to consider? Get into ways to evacuate casualties. How do we get them out of here? You know, we can't stay here. We got to go there. They can't walk. How do we move them? And you go over various scenarios like that. And then it goes all the way into the next day. They ramp it up a lot. And you go through what I call scenario-based training, where they put you into several different situations, and you have to deal with it. You don't know what you're going to have to deal with. The beauty of that is it's scary. You're not prepared. It's not really scary. Things happen. You have to deal with it. And then it's stop. And then they do an immediate after action review with you, so that, oh yeah, I could have done that better. Oh yeah, I did that good. I need to sustain that. You know, dun 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 dun. And at the end of it, you have done so many reps and been through so many. There's tactical scenarios at play. They have training weapons and things like that that you use. That, gang, you are going to want this training. Yah forbid you ever need it. Here's your opportunity to get it. And it's a train to trainer module, which I'm not exactly sure what that means, but I think what they're going to do is teach you how to teach what they're teaching you, and they'll probably send you home with the slide decks and you know, the materials and things like that, so that you can go back and, like I said, teach your church, teach your school, teach your mag, teach your family, whatever. I'm looking at a text right now from Refuge Medical. I'm not using hyperbole when I say it's the best training I've had in the civilian sector. And I've had a lot of civilian training. You will learn a lot. I'm going to leave a link down below. Please go check it out. Read the testimonials of other people who have taken this training, they pretty much echo what I say. Why? Because it's true. You owe yourself this opportunity. And again, I don't know when the next opportunity is going to be. I know it's in Spiro, Oklahoma, or is it Spiro? I don't know. Yeah, get in your car and drive. Get in your car and drive. Go there. I think when going to training, it's better to go with a buddy or two. In other words, get your church to send you, or get somebody to, hey, let's all just go together. Get with your friends and go. One, it lets you talk things over at night on the way there, on the way back. It kind of solidifies things. Two, it's a little bit more fun when you do it with a friend. And so if you have a spouse or a friend or somebody in your group, I just got a note as we're talking that you get certified by them to teach this course at the end of it. So there'll probably be an additional testing or something on it. Gang, come on. Come on. This opportunity doesn't come around every day. Essential Responder 1 through 3, Train the Trainer program. Jump on it. It is May 18th and 19th in Spiro, Oklahoma. Maybe I'll see you out there.